Hello everybody, here's my 2013 Ducati Monster 696 with ABS, flat black with Leo Vin's exhaust. I decided to do a quick review about it since I almost have 5,000 miles on it by now, so I think I can be fair in my assessment, what I like and what I dislike about this bike. Well, let's start with the things I like. It's actually a pretty nice looking bike, and if you think about it, this is the only bike with 700 cc's that's air cooled, that's under 400 pounds, that while provides 80 horsepower and about 4 seconds 0 to 60 acceleration. Since I put almost 5,000 miles on it, what I noticed that basically half the time, if not 75% of the time, you basically through first to fourth gear. You never really go into fifth or sixth, because that requires speeds, close to 100, over 100 miles per hour. And on this bike, anything over 85, a lot of wind gets in your face, so it really gets uncomfortable. And if you really want to duck, you just look like an idiot flying past people at 85 miles an hour, making it look like you're doing 1,000, while you're actually doing only 85. One of the things that I had to change right away was the exhaust. The stock exhaust sounds kind of terrible. Kind of makes it sound like a bucket of screws, being vigorously shaken. Leo Vin's exhaust, while it's a little bit more expensive, it's almost 800 bucks. Still cheaper than Terminagi. It gives it a nice, deep, throaty sound, and if you want to really sound like an airplane going by, you gotta take out the baffles. But since I live in a city, I gotta be considerate to my neighbors. I leave the baffles, in, so I don't wake them up. I got the tank pad, I got the Rizoma bar and mirrors. Those are awesome. I recommend those to anybody that has this bike. It really improves your visibility and overall look of the bike. So besides that exhaust, I haven't really done any modifications in the mirrors. I don't really feel like this bike needs anything else. I do the regular chain maintenance, every 1,000 miles, a little bit up, clean it. Recently had a flat in my rear tire, so I patched it up. I did order a new set of tires, so they should be arriving soon, but I'm gonna ride these out until 7,500 miles, as these tires seem to be wearing out quite nicely. This is 5,000 miles on the tire. Looks like it's almost brand new. Those are Pirelli Angel ST tires. Really hard to find. I think the rear one is like 170 and the front one was 140. So I basically got Pirelli Diablo Rossos 2, the one that go on the 796, not the 696. My friend has a 796, and there's really not much difference between it being an inch taller and 7 horsepower. We don't really feel that difference. So unless you really have to have the single-sided swing arm, go for that one. I prefer this one. I like the dual swing arm setup, black frame. The thing I would like to get is the HAD light and the Rizoma turn signals. Oh, by the way, another thing, before I knew you get the Leo Vin's exhaust, this is what happens. The license plate doesn't fit once you hang the exhaust, so you have to bend it in there, to make it fit. It's kind of funny, but it is what it is. I did the first service, was like $1,000, 600 miles. I just had the oil changed again. I know I'm not supposed to until 7,000, but I decided, like, what the hell. So I had the oil change done and the rear brake fluid flush, because I lost rear brakes. They were almost non-existent. So, this fluid is getting a little dark too, but it was like really flat black and a lot of air in the system, so I had to change that, bleed out the system. I don't know if this is normal or not, but if you look at the front brake reservoir, it's always, it's black. You can't even see anything through the window. ABS system is great. Anybody that says they don't need ABS, is lying. It kind of helped me out a couple of times when I got a little reckless, how to avoid the, concrete barrier on the side. That would have been an expensive mistake and a painful one. Well, what else can I say? Alright, the things I don't like. The things I don't like, I already mentioned. The wind. There's not a lot of wind protection, but then again, it's a naked bike. You wouldn't expect to have wind protection. Also, there's a lot of heat from the bike, so if you're sitting at the light on the left side, you really gotta wear, pants, which I'm sure most of you guys do anyway when you ride. But there's significant heat coming from the left side, where to the point it will be 5 degrees warmer. It will basically be burning my leg. so I have to tilt it from side to side, get the airflow going. The seat. After 2 hours, it gets a little uncomfortable, but I'm pretty sure any bike after 2 hours is going to get comfortable. Even those cruiser Harleys, you have to take a break. The longest trip I ever took was 300 miles round trip. Then I could turn 55 miles to the gallon at basically 80 miles an hour, 85 on the average, going there and back. It accelerates pretty nicely. I've taken it so far up to 110 miles an hour. I don't really want to go any faster than that because, not that a bike cannot do it. It's just, I don't want to. I'm not an adrenaline junkie. I don't need that kind of rush. What else? Gotta adjust the chain. Well, that's like any other bike. The brakes are pretty good. They're not brilliant, especially the rear brake. I rarely use the rear brake. I know you're supposed to use both of them, but the rear brake sucks. You can't really use it that much. So I rely mostly on the front brakes, and the engine braking is awesome on this bike. You roll off the throttle and it brakes like as if you're using the rear brake. Alright guys, so pretty much that's it for now. I'll keep you updated if anything changes.